Hello students, welcome to Academia. Today I will discuss the structure of heart. The heart, we know that it is the part of the circulatory system. Our circulatory system comprises of heart, blood vessels, which include artery, vein, capillary. So lots of arteries, veins and capillaries are present in our body, and another important thing is blood. So the most important organ of the circulatory system is heart. Today in our video I will show you how we can draw the labeled diagram of the heart, how the circulation is occur inside the heart. So let's begin. So the structure of our heart is like the feast, like how this look like. So the structure is like that. Now we can see here in the diagram. So there are two upper chambers. This one is called left auricle, and this one is called left, and this one is the right auricle. So this is left auricle and this is the right auricle. The lower chambers, there are two lower chambers. This one is left ventricle and this one is right ventricle. So we can see here that the heart consists of four chambers. The two auricles and two ventricles. Next, in the left auricle, we can see the four pulmonary veins. Generally, the veins carry the deoxygenated blood or less oxygenated blood in our body, but the pulmonary vein is the exceptional type, which carries more oxygenated blood from the two lungs. So from the two lungs there are 2 and 2, that is 4 pulmonary veins, which opens in the left auricle. Next, this portion and this portion, that is in between the left auricle and left ventricle, there are some valves which are called bicuspid or mitral valve. So why they are called bicuspid? Because they have two cusps in their structure and they prevent the backflow of the blood. When the blood comes from the auricle to the ventricle, so when the blood comes in the auricle and then they move to the ventricle, the bicuspid valves open and they allow the blood to go to the ventricle, but then they closes, and that's why the blood cannot go again to the auricles. In the right part, here two major veins we can see. This one is called superior vena cava and this one is called inferior vena cava. So what about superior vena cava and inferior vena cava? The superior vena cava and inferior vena cava, which are the two major veins which open in the right auricle. So they carries less oxygenated blood from all the organs of the upper part of the body. The blood's coming, the deoxygenated blood comes into the heart, and our abdomen, lower limbs, all the less oxygenated blood collected, they ultimately enter to the heart through the inferior vena cava. So we can see here that both the vena cavas are very important for carrying the less oxygenated blood from different type of organs of our body. And when the blood comes to the right auricle, then here there is another valve which is called tricuspid valve. So why it is called tricuspid? Because there are three cusps. So the tricuspid valve, via this they can, when it open, they can enter in the right ventricle, and then the valve closes so that the backflow of the blood is restricted. Two other valves are also present at the opening of the aorta and pulmonary artery. Now what is this? This is the major artery or called aorta. So aorta, what are these branches called? So here I have drawn the short branches, but the branches actually extend upward so that they can deliver the blood to the head part and to the neck part, the upper limbs of the body, and also the aorta having the lower branch which supplies the whole abdomen, lower limbs. So the aorta is the major artery. We can see that the aorta originates from the left ventricle. So it is very important that where from the aorta originates. So they carry the oxygenated blood from the left ventricle to the aorta. Okay, and to the whole body. Then they carries it to the whole body. Another one is called the pulmonary artery. So this one is pulmonary artery. So what about it? So this is the pulmonary artery right branch, and this is the right branch which goes to the right lung, and this is the left branch which goes to the left lung. We know that we have two lungs, right and left lungs. So pulmonary artery, what is the origin? So they originate from the right ventricle, and they carries the less oxygenated or deoxygenated blood to the lungs, and we know that our lungs are the respiratory organs which help, through which the lungs are helping us for taking inhalation and exhalation process. And when you inhale the oxygenated air, the air which is a mixed type of air through which the oxygen enter in our body. So when the pulmonary artery carries blood to the lungs, they getting the blood getting oxygenated, and then they again comes through the pulmonary veins. So in this way the cycle, or we can also say it, pulmonary circulation occur. So another important artery from heart is the pulmonary artery. So it is also another exceptional artery, because generally we know that artery carries oxygenated blood, but this pulmonary artery, the amount of oxygen is very less, very less. So we can say it that it is an exceptional artery present in our body. Okay, now another valves. So this one and this one. So both this one at the opening of the pulmonary artery, they are called pulmonary valve. It is also known as semilunar valve. And this valve is called aortic valve, and it is also another semilunar valve. So both the valves together is known as semilunar. Okay. So these semilunar valves are present at the base of these pulmonary artery and aorta, and also they help in the flow of blood and restrict the backflow of the blood. So by using the arrows, I am showing the flow of the blood through the heart. So I think it is pretty much clear about the major parts of the heart. Another thing which we miss, these are the septums. So this is septum, which is intraventricular septum, intraventricular septum, and in between the auricle also the intra-auricular septum is situated. So this is the level diagram of the heart showing different parts, and the major parts are the two auricles, two ventricles. The valves are very important, and the dividers are called the septum. Then the walls of the whole heart is made up of cardiac muscle. The major arteries are aorta and pulmonary artery, and these are the pulmonary veins. This is superior vena cava, this is inferior vena cava. So in the next parts of our discussions, we will go through the junctional tissues of heart which are present and also help in the generation of the heartbeat. So hope this discussion help you to better understand the diagram, how we draw the diagram of the heart. So if you have any query related with this, you can ask during the class or in the comment section. Thank you so much.